Okay, before I get into two of my projects, I wanted to show you my thrift haul. If you'll remember the last one or two thrift shopping hauls I had, they were very, very small, and I said the store looked like it had been kind of cleaned out. Well, I figured out why it looked like it was cleaned out. They were cleaning it out, and they were bringing Christmas in from one side of the store to the back. All the shelves from the front to the back were full of Christmas. And normally the last couple of years they haven't had any Christmas or fall stuff at all, because they take it down and they put it into another little store that they have, and they mark it up a little higher, of course, because they're having to pay rent on that spot. But I guess they had an overflow of Christmas and they put a bunch of Christmas out. So, but it was high. I've got a story on that. It was high. I think I bought one item, or put one item in my cart for Christmas. And I was looking for greenery to use in my crafts. You know, because it's expensive. You buy a little pick at Hobby Lobby or Walmart, it's not cheap, and you can go through that really fast if you're crafting. So I'm going to get into the rest of the stuff, and I'm going to show you what I got. I picked up 2 binders. This one was full of paper and some folders, but I got these because I have a lot of patterns and I need to start, like when I go to do something, if I'm printing out one page, you know, or if I'm printing out one thing, I'll fill up the page and do a print and cut or whatever. So I need some storage for that kind of thing, and I have the clear folders that I put in there and stuff them in. So I'm going to start trying to go and reorganizing that. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I'm going to try. And then I picked up, also in the office supply area, I gave 50 cents a piece for those. I picked this up and I don't see the tag anymore. There it is. I gave 50 cents for this. And I didn't know whether it was copy paper or what kind of paper, but I just went ahead and got it. And I was hoping it was cardstock, because I go through a lot of cardstock printing out my patterns. So it was cardstock. So that's quite a bit of cardstock for 50 cents. And I'm going to have piles here now. Then they also in that area, well, then it was right by the craft area, because they moved it. And the office supplies and the craft area was in the same spot. They had this palette. This is what you put your paint on, and you just rip it off and throw it away. And there was quite a bit left on it. So that was 50 cents. And I got this for 50 cents. It's a little basket. I will probably take this here off, and of course repaint it, and that was 50 cents. It was worth that for a project. It looked cute with some Christmas picks coming out of it. And I bought the Sculpey. It was 50 cents, and it's still pretty soft. I don't know if I need to make something. I'll have it. And then this little pack here was, I think he charged me $1/4 for this. It's just the little command strips, some extra ones. I need those. And these there's 2 sponges here. They have a scrubby on this side and a sponge. And it's put down in a jar and clean your brushes, where you can put it in there and scrub it, you know. I picked those up. Oh, 50 cents. I might have said that. Then for 50 cents, I bought this. This is a cheese grater, but it's a smaller one. It's about half the size of a regular grater, so it's shiny, but I'll fix that and use that in my crafts. And then I picked up this for 50 cents, just another candle holder. I like to make those over. And 2 little cowbells. Well, they were 55 cents. Then in the wood area and frames, this is nothing special, but I think it was only $1. Yeah, it was $1. And I can make it over, and I can make it in, you know, just something. And even if I don't, which I will, I like the handles. I like this style of handles. But that was worth $1 for that. The wood and the handles. I can make that over. And then in the frames, I really like this frame. Well, I like the picture, but it doesn't really, it's not the style I do anymore. So it was, I don't think it was $3. And the tag's gone. I think it was $1. This must have been in a garage sale. And I'm pretty sure it was $1. It's a nice heavy frame. And it says on the back here, it was from Walmart and it was $24.96. So I'll have a nice frame when I need it. When I come across something I want to do with it, I'll have that. I'm going to set it over here. Running out of room. And then I put this up in the frame area, and it's all aged and everything. I'm just not sure I like the color. It's a green, but it's more of a blue green. Or maybe it's green that has some blue coming in on it. I don't know. But a lady saw it in my cart, and she really liked it. She loved the color. She loved it just the way it was. I don't know. But I got it for $1. Nice piece of wood to make something with. Then, in the Christmas area, I looked at stuff and it was just the green rig was just way too expensive. But I came across this wreath here. I don't want it for the wreath. I want it for the stems to decorate, you know, to cut pieces off. Because that's much cheaper to do it that way than to buy picks. And this one was $4.95. And I thought, well, that's worth $5 for all that greenery. So I'll get that. Okay, I'm down to the end on my thrift haul. But when I got to the cash register, he was looking at this and he had a sheet with a % off. And he looked at $4.95, and I think he charged me $1.25 for this. He said that was, and I said, is that on sale or something? He said, yeah, all the Christmas stuff is on sale, 75% off. So the tags, I have been picking up things that I liked and putting them back down because they were too expensive, was 75% off. And I picked up quite a bit of stuff. But I didn't have time. I was standing at the register, and I said, hang on, because there was 2 wreaths I wanted the greenery on. And I ran over there real fast and picked them up, and I'll show that to you. There was this wreath. It's kind of a hanger. It has the 3 big pine cones hanging off from it. And it does have some damage and stuff. And there wasn't a price on this one, so I didn't bother picking it up because there wasn't a price on it. And the way the other things were going, it was going to be too expensive. He ended up charging me, I think, he said it was $10, so it was $2.50. Yeah, $2.50 because there wasn't a price on it and he had to go check. First, he come back and he said $30. I said, I don't want it. He started laughing. He said, no, it's $10. So I got that, and that has some nice stems on it that I'll be able to use in my crafts, and it's worth $2.50. Then the last one I got was, this is really pretty. It really is pretty. It can be fixed back up. But it had some nice greenery on it with pine cones. And, of course, the wreath. And it had $15.95 on it. For crafting, and I just didn't want to tear something apart for $15.95, even though it would probably be worth it. It was just too high for a thrift store. So I picked it up, and I got 75% off of that. So at $16, let's see. I don't know. It was under $5. Well, for all the stuff I bought was $15. So that was worth my time. Then, I'm still going. I have some stuff that was given to me. I went to my sister's, and she had had a garage sale, and some things was left over that she gave me, asked me if I wanted. And first thing I got was this tablecloth for $1. I didn't pay for this. They evidently had $1 on it. But that's a lot of material I can use. I've got to quit saving so much material. But this type stuff, you can really make stuff with it. Gotta make pillows with that or anything. And then she gave me this charger plate, and it's metal. So it's pretty. She gave me this. Oh, I gotta get these. Then she gave me these 3 rakes. I can't get them apart. It's kind of stuck in. Well, I'll do it later. But anyways, she gave me the 3 rakes because she's seen me make things with rakes. And they ruined them when they painted them, but I'll do something. I'll do something with it. But anyways, I've got to get those apart. And I'll probably, I don't know, I might leave the handles on them, or I might take the handles off and get them like this. We'll see. That'll be next spring before I'll probably be working with the rakes. But I have them because I've been asking my husband for some. He said he had some, but he'd have to go find them. And he doesn't ever have time, and I didn't really need them right now. But now I have 3 of them, so I probably won't be needing him to go find me some. Then the other day, she called me and sent me a picture, and she asked me if I wanted these. She paid $1.95 for them. And they've made, I don't know, they have to go up this way because this is the hanger. Anyways, it's made out of blue jean material with buttons. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then there, oh, there's 8. Then there was all these big wooden buttons on a hanger. I don't know if they're ornaments or just decor for a sewing room. I really don't know what they were done for, but they were $2.95 for each set of 3, and there's quite a few of them in here, and I can use those for anything. I can make ornaments with them myself, or I don't know, but they'll be handy to have if I need some eyes for something. I've got eyes, noses, whatever. But she gave me those. And what else she gave me? Okay. And she had a rolling pin she gave me. I think she had saved this for me, actually. And she bought that one. And these others were in the garage sale. They weren't hers, but whoever it was in there with her, just left all the stuff, and she's got to get rid of it. Somebody was supposed to come by and pick it up and didn't. And now it's there. So she did get this for me. She gave me that. And then she gave me this out of that other stuff. It's a nice little tote to flip. What else do I have? Okay, I have one other thing that my cousin messaged me, and she was at a garage sale, and she asked me if I wanted it, and I said yes, so she got that for me. But I got to take my phone off the tripod to show you. All right, it was this little table. And it was $1. And I know I can probably get some glue down in that and then take a clamp from one side to the other and leave it setting and repair that, and then I can sand it all down. And that's what it looks like. And there is something else wrong with it, if I can get to where it's at. It's weird. They had this little screwdriver with that tacky stuff on it, because the table comes down like that. And I thought, well, when I do that, I can put something on here that when it's setting is kind of a picture, or it can come up as a table. And I'll probably get some kind of a little dowel rod that fits in that little hole and fix that properly. But she got that for me. All right, guys, that's all I got in my thrift haul, and I got almost as much stuff given to me. So I'm going to move on to crafting now. Now for this project, I have a bunch of these older glass top lid jars. And instead of having so many laying around the house, I have a lot. Probably, I'm thinking over 20 years ago, I bought a bunch of these in a box at a garage sale. And I've done things with them. I've given some away, whatever. But I have got plenty that I can do a craft with them. So I'm gonna take this 1/2-inch dowel rod and cover it with this red ticking to make it look like a candy cane or a candy stick. Peppermint stick's what I was trying to think of. I'm gonna cover every one of these. Looks like glue or something on that, but that's okay. So I'm gonna start by putting a bit of glue like that. I think I've done these before. Yeah, I did. I done some for my coffee bar for Christmas. Of course, I had to touch. I did not. Yeah, that's fine. Now, I should have moved that in a little further. Y'all see what my little rooster done to me this morning? Went out to make sure they had water and food. He come running. He got my arm. He jumped up and he got me. Sure glad it wasn't my big rooster. I'm sure glad my big rooster's nice. That little one. Okay, now I'll just wrap this on around. I'll finish one of them. I won't do them all on video. I'll get better at wrapping too as I go. Okay. All right, I have enough room that I can cut that off now. Echoes in here, it's loud. Cut that off. And I didn't bring any fingertips or anything to push down with. Yeah. That's a little hot glue on your fingers. Okay, now I'm going to do every one of these like that and put them all in this little mason jar. Well, I have them all finished, and now I have printed off this on rice paper. I think it was my last video where I printed off my deer picture that I had this around there to keep from wasting the rice paper. So now I am going to decoupage that on there. And if somebody wants to take this off, all they're gonna have to do is soak it in some hot water and I'm sure they can get it off. So I'm not really running the jar. I'm going to decoupage that on. So I'm using some Mod Podge. Just be very careful. Just trying to go around it this way without getting the front in the glue. Oh, that didn't work. Huh. Okay, that should be good. Need to wipe this up. Now, did I get that centered? No, I I need to go a little bit, just a little bit that way. There, that's it. Am I in frame? Probably not. Okay, I'm gonna leave that like that, and maybe when this dries, I'm not sure if I'll go over it or not with Mod Podge, but I'm gonna continue on so I can finish this up. Very simple little project, just put the material on my 1/2-inch dowel rods. I had cut them down to 3 inches a piece. So now I'm going to decorate very slightly, not a lot. I'm just gonna tie some homespun around it. Okay. I want to go off to the side so that I don't hide the label. Before I tighten that, I have a bell. It's all I have. This was already on this jute, and I didn't bring any more jute, so I'm just going to use this bell. Stick it up in there. I'll tighten that. I've got to see where I'm at with this. Okay, I need to pull that in and this in. Why does my bows always do that? Okay, that's good. That is good. Now, I don't want that real long. And I do want that bell to hang down some. Think about like that. So I'll glue that in there. Cut that little bit off. Okay, where's my glass lid? Here, I think that's gonna be cute. It was simple, well, except for tying a bow. All right, I have this mitten pattern that I have drawn off on, let's see, probably a 1/2-inch piece of wood. And you just draw it one way and then flip it the other way. And I'm gonna make some little hangers with it and decorate them up for Christmas. All right, I'm gonna be cutting this, the mittens out, and of course the water softener's running, but I'll have to turn the sound down a little bit because it'll be loud. But I have had a request for, you know, showing more of me cutting the wood on my scroll saw. And I want to just let you know, when you're cutting and you're turning your wood, you know, like when you have to go around, like that, you turn your wood like this. You don't, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it. Turn your wood, just like when you're cutting paper and you have a pair of scissors. It goes better and cuts better if you turn your paper or your material over your scissors, turning the scissors. Okay, I don't know if I made sense, but I'm gonna start cutting now. Okay, I'm just going to cut the next one out. I'm not going to film it. I did do that in real time. And you notice when I was going around the corners, I was turning my wood. So, I want to recommend the WEN scroll saw because I've had the cheaper ones, the entry level, and I got by with them. I cut for years with them. But I'm telling you, this is an upgrade that I could afford without going into the really high price one, and it cuts really nice. So for the price, this was a nice scroll saw. I've had it now for I don't know how long, over a year, and I love it. All right, I'm going to get on to cutting the next pattern out, but I'm not going to do that on here. All right, now that I have these painted or cut and ready to go, I'm just going to go over them with some antiquing wax. And I'm not going to cover this in here. Because I've been going through my scrapbooking paper, which I have a lot. I have a lot. So I need to use some of it and start. I forget about it since I don't scrapbook much anymore. So I'm going to use some of that. But I'm going to cover the sides and the back of both the mittens with my antiquing, my Waverly antiquing wax, and get my paper out. Now I have my scrapbooking paper out, and I'm just going to trace around the hand on both of them, and of course cut it out. Let's see. And then I'm thinking for the tops of them, I didn't cut an extra piece of board out, so, but they still, I want to kind of make a cuff. And I have this scrapbooking paper. And I think I'm just gonna, well, I'll just cut it. Start right there. To there. And the same with this piece. Now, I'm going to cut all this out. Okay, now I'm just going to use my Mod Podge and start putting my paper down. Boy, I've been moving all over the place. And I'll sand the edges down if I need to, which I probably will. And this is paper, so it's a little thicker than just like your decoupage papers. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick this on there. Okay, now go over the whole thing with Mod Podge, let it dry. I'm going to finish the other one, let them both dry, and then I'll start decorating. Well, I've been working on trying to figure out what to do, and I decided I wanted to go around my mitten with some, I have, what is it, walnut distress ink. So I am going to go around the edges of both of them. And then before I started, I thought, well, I needed to make a way for them to hang, and I wanted to use the material. So I drilled 2 holes in them. And I was using, oh, here it is, my little drill bit, because I had to put a bigger drill bit on my drill, so this one was laying there, so I thought, well, I'll use that to stick them through there. And I think, okay, I'm going to try to get that shorter. I mean, put the knot at the very, 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 very end. I just took a piece of homespun material and I've run it up through there. Clip that off. And now, and I also made a little bow, or a messy bow, or whatever you call it. Oh, man. I guess I'll lay that kind of, I don't know if it'll cover it. Get that as short as I can without pulling it through. I'm just going to lay this one piece down so it's not sticking up, so I can put my bow on there. But I've also, here's some of the some greenery that I clipped off the wreaths that I got at the thrift store. I'm trying to figure out how I want to lay this, because I need to lay this down first. Oh, and I put some little bells. I wanted rusty bells. I have some ordered, but I don't have them in yet, so I just used some little bells I had here. Put that there. And maybe this like right in there. And the bow like that. I'm going to finish gluing all this down on here because I have to hold it. It's going to take me a bit. And I'll just be turning things the way I think they look good. And then I'll start on my next one doing it pretty much the same way. Well, I went ahead and finished both of them. And I did make the hanger longer on one because I'll be selling these separately. But if somebody should want to buy both of them and put them together, they can hang like this. And I think they turned out really cute. And you can make these your own. You make them any way you want them. You could just paint them, or you could use some other kind of paper on them. You wouldn't even have to use wood. You could cut them out in some cardboard and fix them up. They'd be really cute that way also. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And until the next one, we'll see you later.